Hi there, it's Kaya from kajcyika.crafts and today I have prepared a fun card for you. On the outside it looks like a normal, clean and simple card, but it's actually not because it has a fun scene on the inside. I will start by preparing this piece of paper that will go inside our card, and as you can see it's 3/8 of an inch longer than my normal card base, and I will just use a scoring board to make this flap that we will later glue inside our card. And on this part we will actually make the scene. But before we do that, I will now die cut this hard, and I am die cutting this directly on my card base because I want it to look like a normal card that it just happens to have a scene inside. So we have to stamp our images. I will stamp all of them for the outside of the card, and for the inside I will be using 2 reindeer, then a Santa and a tree. I am using today Gerda Steiner design stamps, and look how cute this deer is. I will color the images in using my alcohol markers, and for the deer I will be using brown colors, and then later you will see what I will use. So as usual, I am putting down my darkest color first, and then I am blending it out using the medium shade and then the lightest shade. If the area is small enough, I will just use 2 colors of Copic marker like you can see here for the dark brown. Then I will also use the red, and here I will go with the big contrast. And what I mean by this is that I will use quite a dark red, and then for the lightest shade I will use really soft red, and I love this effect on red. So then I will use this flash color for my Santa, and I will again use only 2 colors, and this is just fine for me. Then for the white I use W2 and WO Copic marker just to make some shadows. I want this still to be quite white, but just to have some shadows. Then his belt and gloves will be dark and almost black, and even for black I like to make it a bit more dimensional by using really dark grays. For its belt I will use this yellow, and then the only thing left to color is the tree. I will again use 3 colors here because this is quite a large image, and I will go by this olive green because I didn't want to be too bright. So again I will put the darkest color down first and then blend it out using the medium shade and then the lightest shade. In the end, I will add some details with the white gel pen. For me, it makes a lot of difference doing these highlights, so you will almost always see me use this. I just go with the flow, I don't really think it through, but I like the results in the end. Then I will go ahead and fussy cut everything, and then I will move to the inter scene. I will be using broken china and tumbled glass distress oxides, and I will just blend them on this piece of paper. You can see that I'm not doing anything special, I'm just applying the color directly on my paper. This isn't a watercolor paper, so the blending is a bit harder than if I use a normal watercolor paper, but it's still easier than doing it with distress inks. Then I decided to add some snow, and as usual I will do so with some white paint that I watered down with clear water, and I will sprinkle it around using the acrylic block and my brush. This looks so much fun, and I will just go ahead and make a hill for my Santa to stand on, and of course the tree. I will just use my scissors to cut it down, and the easiest way for me to do it is just use big scissors and then cut it in 1 or 2 goes, as little cuts as possible. Then I will go ahead and add some shadows because snow is not really white and I like to add these shadows. Then I will use Deck the Whole sentiment and I will put it on the outside of my card. And then again I will use this gray marker to add some ground to this deer that will be put on the outside. Then I will add some lights to my tree because I felt it was a bit boring, and I will just color everything in using these yellow markers. This coloring is really quick because the images are so small. Then I will use liquid glue to glue these things together. This is super strong and you can see that I can apply just a bit of glue and this will stay where it's supposed to be. I will make sure that I don't have the dimension inside the card because we have to be able to close it. So I will just pop this outside deer up and other things on the inside will be glued down directly on the base. So right now I applied the glue on this flop that we created and I will just put it inside my card. So we will actually have the card base and this will be inside. So when you open it you will get this scene first and then you can open it one more time and you will get the space to write your message too. As said, I will glue everything inside down with my liquid glue and I will try to hide my Santa and the tree behind to the right bottom side so you can see it from the outside. So it's a nice surprise once you open the card. And for the deer that you can see on the left hand side, I will also use the liquid glue. And you can see that this is really a nice surprise since you only see these 2 deers. I will also add one light into the deer's hand so it connects beautifully with our tree, and this will actually finish up the card. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you will try to make this kind of card with a surprise scene in it because it's super fun and I am sure that whoever gets the card will be super happy. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye bye!